Hello everyone and welcome back again to Python programming tutorials. So in this particular session we'll be looking at how we can define a function in Python, and then afterwards we'll see with examples how we declare and define a function, and how it is used in our other programs. Okay, so let's get started. Go to menu, programming, and Genie. Okay, so new file is already opened, so let's go ahead and we'll just see one example. Okay, defining functions. Oh, sorry. Okay, so let's see the syntax. So for what the syntax is def, and let's take an example. It's phone, opening braces, closing braces, and then we are ending it with colon. Okay, as already discussed in if statements, we have to use some line indentation. So in line indentation we are going to give some spacing, and we have to maintain this spacing throughout this loop. So this block of statements is going to be belong to so and so function. It means that. Okay, so let's print something. Print phone is Huawei, and then I'm going to print one string. Okay, so this I have to declare before I declare and use this function. Let's say it is okay, so let's see and call this function phone. Okay, so what this particular program is going to do is it's going to execute and call function phone, and function phone has one print statement where we are going to print this set of string, and version will be called from here. The value is stored in version. Okay, so as I told you, let's print one more statement. Print okay, alright, just let's save it. So it's going to be functions.py. Alright, so it is saved. Let's go to build and say execute. Okay, so phone function has been executed successfully, and whatever the statements are there, it is also been executed. We have got two print statements, and they have been printed in the output terminal. All right, so let's go ahead and see some more example. Okay, all right. Let's define one function. Let's say it is def, which is a keyword, and we have to give some function name. We can give any function name and say sum. We are going to give some two arguments, a comma b, and this with colon. Okay, now we are going to just define one sum variable sum1 is equal to a plus b, and then say return sum1. Okay, all right. So but first we have to define here sum1 is equal to 0. Okay, now we'll be calling this and using the order statement, and we say sum of 2 is equal to sum of 2 comma 3. This what integers we are going to pass to this, and we are just going to print this sum of 2 here. Okay, all right, let's save it, go to build and say execute. Let's see. Okay, we have got this. We have printed here sum of 2 is 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. So this is how we are going to even do some mathematical operations, and you make effective use of functions. All right, so let's take one more example, and we are going to print here this time a multiple set of strings, the multiple arguments, but with single declaration and single input. Let's see how we can do that. Vehicles, okay, opening braces, say asterisk names. All right, I'm going to make use of for loop, which we have learned in our previous sessions. So we will say that for name in names, okay, then say colon, and then we are going to print name. Okay, now I'm going to just call this function vehicle names using I'll just have to define some names. Let's say Mercedes, and then I'll call it Peugeot, okay, and then one more, it could be Verna, okay. Before this we will be printing one statement to differentiate the different functions, okay. Here we will be calling function vehicles. All right, let's save it and go to build and execute. Okay, we were right, good going. Print calling function vehicles, and then we have called this function vehicle. So what it going to do is it's going to print the arguments we pass in function vehicle, and for that we have used a for loop, and we have printed one by one in each iteration. It's going to print argument one by one given as input to the function vehicles. So that's what we have got: Mercedes, Peugeot, and Verna. So this is all about function, defining functions. We can play with functions, we can define in different ways, and what we have seen here, and we can make effective use of this and make our programs much effective, and good code reduction is achieved with this important tool. So that's all for the functions. Hope you get it and it's easier to understand. See you in next tutorials.